Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Well, I was a bit busy today and then I opened the charts and I see that Cardano has broken $1. Well, that is quite significant. It has basically gone through this green zone here without even doing that handle that I thought we could be seeing, because this looked so much like a potential cup and handle that could be forming here with a nice handle here between this ascending trend line and the horizontal resistance line. But in the end it didn't do it, so maybe we can just call it an ascending triangle, or just just an ascending trend line really. And we broke through it. I told you yesterday that if we see these cuts through important resistance levels, just like butter through a knife, a knife through butter, then this could be a good indication for, we might have something bigger coming up, because we've seen it in various bull markets or bull runs that really these former important resistance levels are not very important anymore, and then the price doesn't care about it. The price just goes through. And either way, I mean, zooming out, it is still very early days. Again, no reason to panic. Look at what the price is doing. We have seen here a first higher high, which is this one here. And I'd like now to see a higher low. Well, we did a higher low here that was back middle of March, but still after that higher high, I'd like to see a higher low now. But overall, it's starting to look really good, and that is nice. And Cardano is finally doing this long-awaited move up that we've all been waiting for. But I warn of getting too excited, because we did that here beginning of January, when we spiked from around the current price level, all the way to 160, and then we dropped off significantly again. So just don't get too positive about it. That's what I want to make. I mean, we are still, this could be the beginning of an uptrend. Yes, surely it could. It's a first good sign that we make a higher high here, but then we did that pretty much here as well, on the 17th of January. So I just want to warn to get too excited and to start to FOMO or anything. My primary expectation, I just have to continue to talk about it, is still that we're coming down lower. That is just because I still believe Bitcoin will do its correction, will have to complete its correction. But Cardano's upside is certainly a first good sign. I'm not saying that Cardano couldn't start to move up to all-time highs. We talked about it. We said that Cardano has basically finished all the requirements to complete a correction, and there isn't anything else that we can now do. We just have to be patient. We talked about this descending wedge. That was a classical breakout pattern. It did break out of it. We started to move up significantly as we broke above that 20-day moving average. That was another level that is typically a confirmation of an uptrend when you break that to the upside. As I said yesterday in the video, when that happened before here, and we can zoom in a little bit. When that happened here before and we moved above that 20-day moving average, that was on the 26th of July 21, then we retested it, and then we started really to start moving from here, especially as we then broke here through that 0.5 Fib level, Fibonacci retracement level at 156. So that was back then. And then we moved to new all-time highs. So I mean, there's a series of positive developments on the Cardano chart, and it is really, really good to see that finally Cardano does some movement, because on CoinMarketCap you can see it that in the top 10 Cardano is, over the last 7 days, really the best performer, which is fantastic. But I remember, as I said, when Cardano did that early in January, and it was in the end a fake out, unfortunately. So this is still a risk. There is still a lot of downside potential, and the risk to come down is not invalidated. So it's not like that we are starting to go up and I would suddenly start to say that, oh no, it's there is no downside potential. That point will come, but it's not here yet. Next resistance, and that is what a lot of people are interested in from my point of view, and we can take a look first with the VPVR. Next resistance is pretty much, I think, where we are at the moment here. It is this zone that we need to cross here, where you see that red line going through, currently around $1.06, $1.07, $1.08. I think if you move above $1.08, then you are past that point, and then the next key level, I would say, is here around that 125 mark. And what is that level? 125. Why that level? Well, it's that previous high. You can also see a spike in the VPVR. So 125, I remember that also from earlier in the year, or in 2021 actually, as being a resistance level. And what is that level? That is, oh no, that is actually the 0.5 fib level, yeah. What I said earlier, the 156 level, that's the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. But that 0.5 level here is certainly an important one, and that is around 125, 126. But good to see it playing out. I mean, that descending wedge was an important breakout point. Then we were coming up here against this sort of cluster of resistances here, that green zone, and we broke out of the descending channel, and all of that together, those were all patterns we identified here on the charts, and those were all patterns that constrained Cardano's movement. I mean, now it broke out of it, and as I said before, it has done what it needed to do in the correction, but the downside potential is still very much there. It is still very realistic. So we're not yet confirmed here to new all-time highs, but it's certainly good to see it finally happening, because Cardano is a great ecosystem, and I think a lot of people still underestimate Cardano and what is really happening in that ecosystem. And yeah, it is taking a bit of time, but Cardano hasn't had a breakdown, and I looked it up. I looked it up a while ago. I posted it on Telegram. Can't remember what the number of days was that Cardano, the blockchain, the ecosystem, was running without a problem. But yeah, certainly the effort they put into this ecosystem is paying off, because there wasn't any breakdown. So that's great. And looking at the here on the daily chart, I want to take a look at where is now the EMA ribbon. Pretty sure we've now gone past the EMA ribbon, and that was another level that we'd looked out for in the last video and said if we break above that EMA ribbon, that will give us a boost as well. And there you go. The EMA ribbon was just below that green zone here, and when you moved above that EMA ribbon, you basically just moved through that resistance zone here. So yeah, the price did everything what it needed to do here, and further price increases certainly support it if it can now find support here above that previous level here. So the $1 and $2 level was that important one, and what I would like to see, and I think that would be very healthy for the price, is now finally to come down a little bit. I mean, you see this momentum increase just by looking here on the daily as well, where the candles got bigger and bigger, so very bullish. But I'd like to see the price pull back a little bit to that $1 and $1, $1 and $2 level, find support, and then start to move off to 125. That would be certainly very, very important. That would be what I'd love to see now. And again, in the next major wave to the upside, we're looking here at price levels of at least $4.50. I think we could even see the $6.50. Yeah, and that would be the next major wave to the upside, next higher level wave degree that would take us also to new all-time highs. Now that's my view here on Cardano. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.